I'm Vicki Moss with Tarrant College. I work at the Southeast campus. I'm a coordinator. I'm responsible for our first choice transitional program. We also offer autism classes um, as well. I've been with the campus for about 12 years now, and our program was started approximately 20 plus years ago as a result of Dr. Carrie Thompson. I'm going to let her kind of explain how she got started with the program.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Carrie Thompson. I'm the Executive Director of Continuing Education on the Southeast Campus in Arlington. And so I started on that campus when the campus opened, I believe 20 some years ago. And as Dr. Moss was sharing with you, we started with the first group of students who were Down syndrome students in '97. And the program was called First Choice. And the first group of young people that I had, they basically were Down syndrome students. When we started the program, there was a need for programs for the special need adults to be able to be given the college experience. And I was approached by a group in Arlington at that time. They asked me, what could I do for the special need adults? And that's how that program started. And when I discovered that once the young people finished high school, they never did have the opportunity to attend a college setting at all. And I didn't think that that was fair. And I did research and discovered that that was true. So from the first group I had, I taught the first group of young kids. And then when I say young kids, from 18 to about 30. And the first group of young folks that we had 40. And I was an instructor at that time. And so we have been in business now since 1997 for the First Choice, and we've grown tremendously. Many of those young adults, some have been able to go to regular college and get a college degree. I believe we're here to discuss this evening the autism spectrum people. And so I was approached again by a group of parents probably about almost 4 years ago and saying, are you aware of the autistic population that we have, Carrie? Could you do something for them? And so that's how we arrived at the autistic program that we have now. I don't know if it's a program or just a class. That is a wonderful group of young adults, and they had socialization problems, so skills and we've been very successful. For the past 4 years, we've been running 15 to 20 students in that particular class. And this past year, I was very fortunate. My instructor is autistic, and the young folks they have really enjoyed the instructor that we have this past semester. And so we're growing by leaps and bounds, and Dr. Moss has put together a beautiful curriculum for them for September. When we had the COVID-19, some of our students were not ready for online teaching, but I can say that our autistic students came up to the plate. They did extremely well, and I'm very, very proud of them. And if there are questions you care to ask of me, please do. Or you can interject more, Dr. Moss, what I've left out.
Ms. Schultz, were there any questions that you'd like to ask us about the program?
So we service families of people with Down syndrome, and we do have some parents also on here that have a child with autism. So can you speak as to like the success rate of the individuals with Down syndrome?
Yes, I'll be more than happy. As a matter of fact, I have not had any students to drop out of the program for the past 20 some years that I've had it. And one of the things, the reason we interview every one of our young adults when they come to the campus. There are 2 questions that we ask. We have a questionnaire. Do you expect them to be independent? Do you want them to get a job? And if so, what type of job that you want them to have? And what do you expect for them to learn from the program? And from that, we draft up a curriculum for them. And sometimes it could be money management or cooking, how to cook healthy, and reading and math skills. And we design a curriculum, more or less like we do in regular college, a degree plan for them. I have a lower function and a higher function group of my Down syndrome students. And so there's a blending of them. I don't separate them. And we've been very successful with those students.
Okay.
And they go for an entire semester. They can go for a year. The class is a half a day. They come on campus from 9 until 12. And the first series of classes are socialization skills, independent living, interpersonal skills. And then I have some who want to stay all day. So if they want to stay all day, the parents would pay extra. Dr. Moss put on IDD Tech Math, beginning piano, introduction to robotics, game design, photography, and computer animation. Wow. So those are the type of classes that we're offering. You might say, Karen, how long can they attend? Most of my students attend anywhere from 2 to 3 years. It's never an ending. They can keep coming back, and we keep adding on other components if they don't want to go the regular college route. And they can attend as long as they would like. We have scholarships, I guess, for them. I had a parent who, his daughter had been in my program for, I believe, 7 years, and she's 45 now. So when he and his wife retired, they started a foundation in her name. So if students come and they have some problem with their finances, we can apply to that foundation, and they will assist them with their schooling. Those are the kinds of things that we're doing.
Awesome. So the application process, like, about how long would that be?
No, it's very short. I did that intentionally. Everything is done in my office. We will send you out a list of the classes are offered on, the listing is offered online. You can look up the classes and you can register. Dr. Moss, you want to interject how that's done?
At the time,
Dr. Moss?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can.
I can.
The students will, some of them, they'll call and inquire first. Most of them, we talk with the parents first over the phone, kind of explain the program. And then the next is the interview. It's when they come in and they speak with our staff concerning the program, the length of the program, the cost of the program. Many of them, we assist with getting some type of financial assistance through the foundation. And then we explain to them all of the different classes that they could take for that particular semester. Each semester we offer a different set of enrichment classes in addition to the social skills and the interpersonal skills and the independent living skills that they receive. The application process.
Don't forget the orientation too, Dr. Moss, you know, the orientation that we schedule for our students.
Yes, prior to the orientation, we go through the application process, which is literally about 2 pages that we walk them through it. We walk the student as well as the parent. And then we schedule an orientation for all of the students where we go over the rules of the program. We also go over the length of the courses, and we assist the parent and the student at that time with the registration process.
Okay.
Now keep in mind that these students are enrolled in non-credit. They do not receive college credits. They receive certificates stating what they have completed.
Okay, so is there like a certain prerequisite that they need to have in order to attend?
Well, one of the things that I find that works now, I believe is that IEP, where if you bring that in, I can look at that. It's working now because the students are so different. When I started, you know, I've been in education over 40 years. So when I started, some of the things I'm up against now, I need to know about it. And so I like to go through and get a better feel of the type of student that we are receiving. And so that's the only thing that I like to look at to make sure that it's a good fit for them. Because some of, you know, we've had several that it was not a good fit for them. And I want to make sure that they have a positive experience and that you're comfortable with us working with your young adult. And I'm pleased to say that our teachers that we have, they've been with us for about 15 to 17. Some have been with me from the inception of this program. So the people that work for us, they genuinely have a love for the students and they really like what they're doing. So that's what makes it work.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to see if we do have some parents on here. And I know that some of them probably have some questions. So if y'all are okay with that, I'm gonna open that up
That's fine.
to allow them to ask you some questions. And then we, like I said, we do share these on our website. And so if you are comfortable with giving your contact information, because they may want to reach out and ask you more about the program too. So
Definitely.
Of course, we're very comfortable. Dr. Moss, you may give them that information.
okay.
I will.
Yeah, we'll post that along with the video. And so we do service about 1,000 families. So it'll be on the site for them to reach out. But if I have any parents that have questions, you feel free to unmute yourself and ask.
Hi, this is Angela. I have a son who's 24. He has Down syndrome, and he currently is a student at TCC Northwest campus. And it's been a really difficult transition in order to get services for him, just making it work at a college campus. But when we had first attempted the first choice program, it was closed. Are there always openings? Is it an unlimited class size? Is there any future talk about similar programs being planted on the other campuses throughout the county?
Did you say that you started at the Northeast? Did you start your son at the Northeast?
No, he's currently a student at the Northwest.
Oh.
I mean, I get, COVID. he finished his work online, but yes, he's a student at the Northwest campus. But a program like you described would probably be of great benefit to him. Just a continuation of type of transition program, more so.
Let me explain to you, Miss Angela.
Yeah.
I worked on the Northwest campus when I came to Texas from Connecticut many years ago. One of the things and we had it there for a short time, and we can resurrect that program if there's a need for that particular program to be on their campus. It's not only, we're considered one college, and all the CE departments, if we have enough students and there's a need and the parents want that, this same program can be implemented at any campus. And you just, you need to let it be known that this is what you want. They must have at least 5 or 6 students in order to make that work. And so, sure, it can be started. On the Southeast campus, we start in August, I believe. That's when our classes began. But we have the classes set up now that students can come in at different times of the semester so that we will not lock them out. We generally run anywhere from 7 to 8 students per class so that we can give them the one-on-one that they need.
Okay. Well, I know at his campus, there's a collection of 5 adults with an intellectual disability, primarily Down syndrome, probably would be considered at, I mean, we have reading comprehension levels in the 7th or 8th grade, you know. So they need that, they have the ability, like my son Lucas has the ability to complete credit courses for, I mean, he takes dance, but wait, hold it. He takes dance, he takes theater. So those he's there with his typical developing peers.
Okay.
They have an adult reading class that he also participates in as a requirement before he can go into other classes, or if he's on campus, everyone has to take either the I consider like remedial math or adult.
So he's enrolled in some developmental courses.
Well, I believe that is what they are. I mean, they come in under his regular, it's on, when he goes in Web Advisor, it comes in under the fall semester, you know, it's not under continuing.
Okay.
But what I'm wondering is, number one, who do we talk to about it? And number two, the difficulty he's had on campus in trying to get them to realize that he and students like him are coming. So be ready. He was the only one on there 2 years ago, and now there's 5. So just in one, it's going really well. But the thing that's been most discouraging is that the general ed or his peer classmates in his classes are not very accepting of their presence. And it's just the opposite of what we've experienced in high school now, as they've been included, and that's been, you know, become more of the process. So
You're right.
It's a very discouraging socially for him. He has very high points because he's getting to do, and at a very good level, the things that he enjoys. But on the other hand, he's not really learning with people who appreciate learning next to him, where I feel like that there are many more that would certainly necessitate, I mean, show the interest level for it being on more than one campus. Of course, I'd vote for the Northwest, or even, you know, downtown. We have kind of a LEAP, or is it the LEAP program that's there? You know, just I don't know where to start as far as making.
Well, let me tell you what I would do, Angela. If you would send me your information, and I would make certain that I connect up to my colleague who has the same position that I have at the Southeast campus, and make sure that I connect you up with that executive director there, so that they can make sure that he gets the help, that the services that he needs.
Great.
And he would feel a part of. So if you can send that information to me, I'll be more than happy to look into that for you.
Sure. And will they post your contact info on the?
Oh, yes. My name is Carrie. I believe she said carrie.thompson@tccd.edu.
I'm in the process of posting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Doc. Okay.
Send it to me in the chat, and then I can get it out to everyone. Because I will tell you that from my experience in doing programming is that we have a significant amount of people with Down syndrome and autism that are at college age, and they're ready to go to college.
And our students enroll in our autism class as well as regular classes. So You know, I have the 16 that we have, they're taking regular college courses, but they really wanted this autistic so that they could feel a part and they can bond with one another because they understand each other. And they can take both classes if they choose to.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I didn't, I didn't know that there, like, the programming was different on the different campuses. When you told me that. But yeah, that I imagine that will probably get a lot of people starting to ask for the programs to go on to the other campuses, because there's just so many that are there, like, ready to go to college and experience.
I know they are.
Their friends. So yeah, it's a good thing that you know, that's available to them. So,
well, one of the things I want to make y'all aware, our chancellor is very much supportive of the program that we have. So the chancellor and the board members, they believe in what we're doing.
mm-hmm.
And so it has been successful for our students. And you must believe in your students. You must believe that they should be there and encourage them. I have an open door policy. My young adults can come in anytime. I'm a safe haven for them, even when they start to credit classes. If you run into a problem, run down and see Dr. Thompson or Dr. Moss, and we'll take care of you, you know. And so that has worked for us. And that's really what the other campuses should be doing.
Right.
Heather, I would also like to add that at our campus, and it's been developed, this is the second year, we developed a committee that addresses the needs of our autistic and Down syndrome students, or any student with an intellectual developmental disability. So we have a committee, and we meet on a regular basis to address the needs of the students and the parents, should they have any concerns in reference to what you just explained.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because we have many students who are autistic and they're not self-defined. They're not saying. So they're having these outbursts and problems. So they're saying now something is happening. And now they find a need that we must serve those students. And they're doing a phenomenal job at Southeast. They really are.
Yeah, there's I see like posts from people who've got young adults going off to college, and it's like, it's cool that colleges in general across the country are creating the programming for people with special needs to be able to experience college. So but it's just going to continue to, like, blow up because so many people are there, and we have so many parents that expect that.
But they should.
We need to. I have a daughter who's 11 with Down syndrome, and we will be going to college. So
and they should go to college.
Yeah,
and they can.
Right. So did I have anyone else that had questions for them?
Well, I'd also like to make an announcement, Heather. We're going to be offering at least one summer program for our IDD students. I'll be sending out that flyer to you in a couple of weeks.
Oh, awesome. Okay. And is it going to be this summer? I mean, I know everything's kind of weird because we're all along.
It sure is weird.
It probably will be scheduled for the month of July. I will send you the programming and the flyer and everything.
Okay, awesome.
You know, this is Angela again. I have another question that I hope someone else may also have, is that for us who have students who have aged out, and our students are still living at home, and now the options are more slim. During this time, I've been learning that the transition classes at the high school level, that there are programs out there, even online, particularly online programs, to assist, that's geared toward adults with an intellectual disability, to help reinforce those skills, whether it be reading or telling time or money management, things like that, we can't access them because unless we have an outpouring of a large amount of money, and we can't access it through the district because they've already graduated, and there's not anything that I've found accessible to reasonably during this time or even thereafter. So that maybe, I mean, a summer program is very exciting to hear about. Yes, get that flyer to me. But is there a resource for our young adults with intellectual disabilities online to continue online learning, just so that they don't lose those skills? It's across the board. It's difficult to find literature that interests them, that is written at a level of their comprehension, as opposed to literature that's written with the seemingly express goal of using every SAT word we all learned. And it makes it very difficult to just keep that going. But I've been trying to help others at finding resources now that their student who's in transition is at home. And it's really, I'm open if someone's already got something out there, or any direction that I can have.
Dr. Moss, you want to address that?
I think as a result of COVID-19, you're going to see a lot more resources out there for you. But as of right now, there's very limited resources. I don't know of any online courses that are specific to that population.
But, it might be something we want to look into, Dr. Moss.
I would agree. I think it's something definitely we can look into. But as far as providing you with any additional information, I haven't heard of, nor do I know of any programs right now that specifically target that population.
Okay, well, that's at least good to hear that I haven't been, that what I'm not finding it, that's consistent, that it's not out there, and I just have been doing a poor job searching. So yeah, I appreciate any development y'all can do on that. And another issue we had on campus was just the teachers across the board were not prepared to have students with intellectual disabilities and qualms, and so my
well, I'm actually glad you brought that up, because we started this is year 2. We've started to do professional development training
Right.
to prepare our students for these types of, not just
prepare
the students,
teachers,
but prepare our teachers for this type of population.
Yes, that's excellent to hear, because I've seen young, people in charge, beyond the teachers, that supposed to be such that when they've called Lucas in for something, complaint or something, and then he appears in their office, you can tell that when they see him, they were that the whole shift of the issue is different, and it just seems to be these teachers, I believe, probably didn't participate in the past 10 or some odd years of the inclusion learning that
you're right. You're right.
So that's great to hear.
You're so right, because when we started doing the training, they were just surprised, especially
right.
when we were educating them on some of the behaviors. We had a lot of our teachers, they thought that it was more of the students just acting out. They didn't realize that it's an actual disability. And so they were referring them to our SARS department. And then from the SARS department, they were referring back to CE. And so that's when we came up with a committee to address the instructors and provide them professional development training in reference to this type of disability.
Great, because if the teachers have the awareness. I mean, they just, if you don't live it every day, just those social norms that, those social cues that our
That's right.
kids don't
You're
get,
right.
that can turn a whole classroom to be, instead of a friendly environment, it becomes an adversarial environment because they don't understand. And I don't think there's anything you can fix about it, but it was extremely disappointing to see that peers who did come from an inclusion high school, and that just by statistics, they should have had very many inclusion children in there. I was surprised that there weren't more peers that were understanding of someone with special needs being in the classroom. I don't know. I know there's a high population of homeschool that maybe didn't get that exposure, but I don't know if there's anything we can do to fix that other than the teachers knowing how to handle it when it comes, so that they see it not as a defiance or a behavioral issue, but a component of their daily life.
Well, let me share with you, 20 years ago, could you imagine what I was up against? And what I'm listening to you now, 20 years ago, they didn't even want me to bring my students on campus. And that we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. I can tell you that. But the kids, the college students, they're accustomed to them now, and you just will not know the difference among them on our particular campus. And so times are changing slowly, but they're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
And we will continue to fight. I told Dr. Moss, my time is about over when you put in as many years as I have, but we will still continue to fight for the students.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Did anyone else have any other questions for them?
Hi, this is Sylvia Rodriguez. My son's name is Thomas, and he's autistic. Yes, hi. So just to speak with Angela, Angela, there is a site, and it's EDU Global. They do technology, basic work at home skills, core skills, and reading and math. I'll share that with you. And they have YouTube videos, it's interactive and different things online. And you can just choose different types of formatting. And Thomas enjoys it. He actually is doing that daily. So I think Lucas might enjoy it because there's some kind of fun stuff on there sometimes. You can look and pick and choose what he wants to do.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. I don't know if there's a way you can share it into the comments. I haven't learned yet how the recordings and the comments, if they come together or not, but
The chat is, you can chat or put it in the chat to everyone, or you can send it.
Let's see. Or Heather, I can just share the email address to you, and then you can get it out. If that's
Yeah, I can do that because anytime I hear of things, especially for this age group, we try to post it to our social media and our website so that you guys have it, because there's always stuff that we don't hear about that's happening and stuff. So
yes, and I actually have starting NPO, so I hear stuff a little more in depth because I have a little bit more connections than the average mom. So I'm able to get kind of stuff that only professionals hear of, and sometimes they keep it guarded.
right.
So yeah, so you know how that goes. But also I wanted to, you said with this program, it is a half a day, if they want to, half a day program. Now, typically, do you have any students that do go to your program and then maybe take like a regular college course in the afternoon?
Of course, certainly.
Perfect. Well, my son is coming out of the Project Search program at Texas Wesleyan, so he's in this his final year. But like I said, he's not quite ready to go full in college life. So
Okay.
we're looking for something else. But I know Angela and her family, so just add our number to that group, you know, if we can get that on
Okay.
campus, wherever is
Okay.
preferable for us.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I think it would be good.
Thank you.
Did anyone else have any questions? Like, give it a couple seconds. I don't think so. Okay. All right.
But thanks, Heather. I appreciate the contact. I hope that Carrie, you will enjoy receiving my emails as much as I'm going to enjoy bending your ear.
We will.
I'd also like to add one more thing. This year, we've changed our course offerings a little bit, and we're going to be offering courses all day versus the half-day program.
Oh, great.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you both for coming.
Thank you.
And like I said, we'll this recording is going to get shared online too, so be prepared for more emails.
That's fine.
So, but yeah, and then thank you to the parents that signed on. So, and then I'll get all the contact information out to everybody. So just look for that in your email.
Thank you.
For the opportunity. Certainly. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.